Hi, everybody. You must be wondering, well, regulars at least, why is he on here now? There's no game to report on. The big game is tomorrow. Correct. But since it's the end of the transfer window and the Europa League group was just announced yesterday, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about these things, plus maybe a preview, a very short preview of tomorrow's game at Parkhead. So, to help me, because the ins and outs over the past month and a half or whatever have been so numerous, I've actually got notes which I don't usually refer to. First of all, let's look at the people who have left us. Would you believe 11 players have now left us? I wish there could have been another two or three actually. I'd have been quite happy to see the back of Hadji and Lawrence and Dowell especially, but no, they're still here. So anyhow, of the ones who have gone, none of them really are going to be a miss to us. Most of them didn't contribute. They were either always injured or they were just really reserve players or they were getting on a bit and past their best. So I've no regrets about any of these guys. Maybe a slight, inkling that Cantwell should still be here if he hadn't played up and asked for a transfer and played the big I am. So that's the only one. The rest of them, good riddance to them all. So anyhow, just to help me remember who has gone, I'll see if I can remember them off the top of my head. First of all, you had the two goalkeepers. You had McLaughlin and McCrory. Then you had Golson, Davis, Barisic, Jack, Lundstrom, Cantwell, Roof, Wright, yes, Lammers, and was anybody else? I'll need to look at my. No, actually, that's it. I've managed to remember them all. So there you are, pretty good. 11 players out. Big money, some of them were on, so that's good that we reduced the wage bill because I'm hoping, or surely, every one of the players who are incoming will be on half the money, if not a good bit less than these 11 who left. So, regarding the ones coming in, slightly disappointed. They can have a pretty lame ending to the transfer window the last week or so. We were hoping for quite a few guys to come in and it never did transpire. But I would say now, having looked at it all and having written it down here, I'm quietly optimistic if some of these guys turn out to be as good as the manager, presumably, and Niels Koppen think they are. We might actually just have a decent team ahead of us. It might not come to fruition, in the first month, but maybe by November or whatever, if they are any good and they're up to speed and they've got a system they can play in, who knows? We might have hopefully a better team than the one we've had the last two league seasons anyhow. So the ones who came in, obviously we got Kelly as the backup goalie to Super Jack Butland in goal. So we've got a decent enough backup there. Jefte looks the real deal, even better than Yilmaz. So right at this point, even if he wasn't injured, I would have Yilmaz the second left back and Jefte in pole position there. So we brought in goalkeeper, left back, Prupa as a central defender to take over from Golson, obviously, and Davis. Well, we've actually got Insiala, who's left-sided centre back, who's maybe the Davis position, but he's apparently too young at 21 or 20. Piece of nonsense. If he's any good, trained at AC Milan, he should be playing against the Ross Counties of the world, surely. So we've got central defenders, left back. This new guy, I'll need to look to see how to pronounce his name. Kassan Weirjo from Feyenoord on loan. He's apparently a right back who can play right-sided central defence, so that's good. Bit of versatility there. And we've already got Sterling who can play right back, central defence or central midfield. So plenty of versatility if we do come across suspensions and injuries. So he was the last one, I think, and the second last one in. The last one in was maybe the most exciting one of the recent batch, I suppose, and that's, what's his name, Bajrami, attacking midfielder who scores goals, Albanian international, scored the first goal, I think it was for Albania in the Euros there, from Italy. 3.5 million were paying for him. It's not even a loan, so he should be good. He's the number 10 we've been looking for. He can't be any worse than Lawrence or Hadji if he was able to play in there. Hopefully he's as good as, if not better than, Diomande, who could play that position. So that's maybe the most exciting player that we've brought in. Who else have we got? Barron, of course, he's been a revelation. He's been the best man in the team since the season started. Czerny blows hot and cold like most wingers, but he looks as if he could be promising. If Cortez can get back fit again, he showed us enough last season before injury that he could be a really good goal-scoring winger, so I'm looking forward to him coming back. And the lesser-spotted Moroccan bird, Iga Mané, who's been at the club for, I don't know, two and a half months, and we haven't even seen him in training yet. So I was hoping he'd be the striker to take over from Drossers, but that might be a while yet. So anyhow, that's 11 in, 11 out. Hadji's still here, so maybe we'll come to some accommodation with him that would allow him to be part of the squad, maybe play the odd game here and there and not get a massive pay rise while doing it. Otherwise, forget it. So that's the one big disappointment in the transfer business, in and out, I would say. So looking at the squad, I think we're well covered in most positions. We've even got youngsters we could bring in, like Lowry, if he can get his head right. Young Lovelace looks a promising striker. Bailey Rice, Cole McKinnon, they've played already. Fraser at left back, he'd be the third choice left back. Robbie Fraser. Devine at the right back position could be like number 4 choice at this rate, because you've got Tav, Sterling, what's his name, Kassan Weirjo, and then Devlin would be the 4th choice. So plenty of defenders who can switch positions as well. So we look pretty well covered in most instances. If they're any good, the newcomers, if we can get them playing properly, get them up to speed, able to cope with this rough and tumble league that we play in, and do well in Europe as well as against Celtic, obviously. On the topic of Europe, a hard group. It's not such a vital thing, the group you're in. It's a whole league of 36 now. So there are home games. We've got possible wins there in Steaua Bucharest. Who else have we got? I can't even think who we've got now. We've got Spurs, write that one off, I would say. Away we've got Nice, I don't know about that one. Olympiacos, Conference League winners, that'd be tough. Man U, forget that one. Who else have we got? Union Saint-Gilloise at home, that's a possible win. And who's the other away game? That's terrible, I can't even think. But anyhow, it's a mixture, 4 at home, 4 away. 2 or 3 home games, hopefully we can win, maybe get a point away at the likes of Malmo and maybe Nice. That could be enough to get into the next stage. But remember, it's just one big league of 36, so it doesn't really matter as such where you are in relation to the other 8 teams in our group. It's where you are in relation to the other teams in the various other groups. So it'll be exciting, something different. Hopefully, if we've got this team playing together and they're any good, we might qualify for the knockout stages, more money, more coefficient points. So here's hoping all that comes to fruition. Finally, just about tomorrow's game, I'm a bit more optimistic than I was 2 or 3 weeks ago, obviously. They're missing Matt O'Reilly, so I reckon that's a big loss to them. I don't really rate the others as goal scorers in midfield, you know, like Hatate and McGregor. Okay, they can fire in the odd 20-yarder, but our job's to not make them have the space, don't allow them to have a shot. So anyhow, I'm not worried about them. I'm more worried about how we are, how we'll turn up, who will play. I don't want Lawrence anywhere near this game. He's too slow, not mobile enough, not got the strength, the toughness either. So I've written down what my team would be for tomorrow, and it would be the usual 4-2-3-1, which I don't like. Butland in goal, Tav, Suter, Prupa and Shefty, Barron and Diomande anchoring the midfield, and the 3 ahead of them would be Czerny, who would it be? Barron and Sterling anchoring the midfield, and then the 3 ahead of them, Czerny, Diomande, and unfortunately Matondo, nobody else, Cortez if he'd been fit, And I would have Danilo, but you all know Drossers is going to play and be the star man by scoring a hat-trick, and I'll never be able to call him Drossers again. Good luck tomorrow.